Breathing through your nose instead of your mouth is supposed to have all sorts of health benefits as well as athletic benefits. In fact, it's said to be one of the best natural biohacks that we should have already been doing. Unfortunately for me, after many years of bad habits, it's been quite difficult just to breathe through my nose without being very intentional. Whoa. That is why, out of curiosity for experimentation, I want to see if I dilate my nostrils for a couple of days. I'm thinking 72 hours straight. Will that help me more naturally breathe through my nose? And then maybe when I take this thing off, will I just be set and ready to go? That's right, I'm going to be dilating my nose for the next 72 hours and seeing how that affects my day-to-day life, energy, performance, workouts, even sleep. Without further ado, let's get started. But you gotta focus. Okay. Now, I'm gonna be using multiple products, but I'm gonna be switching between them while they're still on, so we never go without having a dilated nasal cavity. Probably should have washed my hands before I do this. Whoops. It says you don't want it too high, you don't want it too low, you want it right in the middle. Bro. Okay, moment of truth, ready? Oh my gosh. I'm kind of getting like a tingling feeling in my face. I got the clear ones too, so they're not so noticeable. It definitely feels like there's less restriction. It feels like my nostrils are opened more. Based on an array of studies, primarily being a mouth breather has been linked with everything from dental issues, problems with sleep, poor physical performance, and even cognitive impairment. Now, yes, I was already aware of this. In fact, I once challenged myself to only breathe through my nose for an entire week straight. Check that video out if you haven't already. However, after the experiment, I gradually fell back into my bad habits and became more of a mouth breather once again. So this time around, I wanted to take a different approach by opening my nostrils more with these nasal dilators and keeping it that way for some time. Would this allow me to jumpstart the nose breathing process? Or perhaps would I start to experience some extraordinary benefits while wearing these, which would lead to a physical, mental, positive feedback loop, making it easier for me to adopt becoming a natural nose breather? Well, that's what I was determined to find out. I'm an inhale expert now.
I guess. Hopefully your exhale is quiet because you always breathe so loud. Yeah, we would whistle loud. Anybody else out there that has like a significant other or like family member or friend that like breathes super loud and it annoys you, you know what I'm talking about, because that is like lethal right there. If you know, you know.
I don't know, it doesn't bother me. So get this, apparently during nose breathing, more nasal nitric oxide is created and released into the body. Nitric oxide, a vasodilator, helps improve blood flow and the transport of oxygen. Now, I may just have been having a good day, but my energy felt good, I felt like I was getting a very good pump, and it even felt like I needed less rest time between each sets to recover. Could I have been experiencing the enhanced benefits of getting more oxygen through my nose? Possibly. Oh, my eyes are watering. I don't know, maybe it's letting in more pollen or something. I do feel like I can smell more, or it's like I'm forced to smell more. I smell pine. Oh, look at that. So I actually did feel like my sense of smell was enhanced, but I think that was just because my nostrils were dilated more, letting in more air. Oh, man. I feel like I got a buzz. Regardless, after wearing this nasal strip for several hours, the outside of my nose needed a break. Luckily, in the mail came some internal nasal dilators. So I have right here some in the nose nasal dilators. So we have the Snorcare set and then the nasalator. Let's try the nasalator just because of the name. So it looks like there's 4 different sizes here. Probably not this one. I'm guessing I am probably the large one, to be honest with you. So I guess I just put this in and this goes around the nose. I hope this is not a return item. Get some soap on there just in case. Ow. That was on there tight. Ah, you see? And now I can take a shower and wash the top of my nose. Little hack, we're gonna go outside, inside, outside, inside. The most common side effect of Breathe Right strips is irritation to the skin on the outside of the nose due to the adhesive, especially when worn for a long period of time. In fact, it's recommended not to wear these longer than 12 hours a day. But because I was trying to dilate my nose for 72 hours straight, in order to avoid this skin irritation and keep things fresh, my strategy was to switch between inside and outside. Okay. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this one's way more uncomfortable than the Breathe Right strips. It's like itching. It feels like there's something itchy, like I want to sneeze kind of. Anyways, gonna make some dinner and then gonna eat. I'm gonna try to zone out and sensory adaptate. Now let me tell you, for me, trying to get used to the internal nasal dilator was a bit more uncomfortable than the Breathe Right strips, which go on the outside. It felt like there was something on the inside of my nose causing me itch and wanting to sneeze almost. In fact, trying to get used to this subtle sensation on the first day was actually causing me to be irritable. Dinner. That is like the pinnacle of health right there. At least it looks like it. So yeah, I'd say I could really smell this, but honestly, this thing is just kind of like, it's like just itching, you know what I mean? Kind of want to switch back to the Breathe Right strips, but I want to give the top of my nose a break for a bit here. Probably go back to Breathe Right when I go to bed. Now, it has been argued that a deep breath through the nose can help stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system better than a deep breath through the mouth, leading to a more relaxed rest and better digestion. However, for me, when wearing this internal nose dilator, the slight discomfort causing me irritation kind of made it hard to settle into rest and digest mode. Now, I tried my best to zone out the sensation of this thing inside my nose and just let the natural airflow happen, but still, I was looking forward to putting back on a Breathe Right strip. Alright guys, it is 10 p.m. I am switching to Breathe Right, just because I gotta get this thing out of my nose. I don't think I'll be able to sleep if I don't get this thing out of my nose. Okay, it's on. Ow. It's clean. Oh, it feels so much better to get that thing out. Yeah, this is so much more comfortable. I'll see you all tomorrow morning. Now, being a natural nose breather has been correlated with better sleep, so how would forcing the nostrils more open with one of these Breathe Right strips affect my sleep? Well, on the first night, I found it pretty easy to breathe through my nose in what felt like the entire night. And waking up the next morning, I felt pretty refreshed. In fact, my morning heart rate variability measurement showed a 5-point increase over the previous day, indicating that I may be more rested, relaxed, and ready to go. So I'm thinking about giving the outside of my nose here a little break. So these for me were terrible. I think it has to do with the thinness of the pieces that go inside the nose. It was just like really itchy, so hopefully these are better. Ew. Are you guys seeing this? What is that? Oh, there's some kind of hair on it. Dude. Ew. There's some kind of hair on that thing. It's a very small one, but it's on there. Oh, I don't know if I really want to use this. So you know how I joke about these things being a return item? This one might have actually been a return item. Gosh, that booger on the outside though, that's really gross. Like, what is that? So I'm guessing like this. I went like, but because there's hair on it, I don't really feel like putting it in my nose. So just switching back to the inside of the nose product that I used the previous day, for the majority of the morning on day 2, I was primarily working at the computer. Oh, it's in. Well, yeah, the nasalator definitely works, not gonna lie, it's just like, it's itchy. Now, when it comes to cognitive function, based on various studies, being a nose breather seems to be superior. In fact, this one study found brain activity decreasing significantly in the hippocampus and brainstem during mouth breathing. The hippocampus, which plays a huge role in memory and learning, it's no surprise that other studies correlate mouth breathing with increased learning difficulty. So with my nostrils dilated, making it easier to breathe through my nose, was I just cruising through work like a biohacking brainiac? Well, unfortunately for me, it felt like the discomfort of having this thing inside of my nose counteracted any potential benefits I might have been getting from having that extra nasal dilation. In fact, it kind of made me want to not breathe through my nose at some times. Oh, sweet relief. Yeah, I gotta be honest, like this was making me to the point where I just like didn't even want to breathe out of my nose. I was almost breathing more out of my mouth than normal with this thing. It was so uncomfortable. So far the Breathe Right strips, just the most comfortable. It's just always on the surface of the nose right here, so I'm like a little worried that, you know, it's gonna like irritate my skin or something. But yeah, gonna get a workout in now, see how that goes, and maybe do some running, some cardio to see how that goes as well, because I'm interested to see. Yeah, I feel like it might be pretty good. All right, we'll see. So I started off in the basement with a leg workout, and I'm not gonna lie, once again the workout felt pretty good. Feeling like I needed less rest time between each set, and also not really feeling like I needed to gasp for air as intensely as I usually have to. But the real noticeable magic was about to happen during the 2-mile run after the weight training session. Now, during bouts of very intense physical activity, breathing through the mouth may become necessary in order to get more volume of air into the lungs. However, while wearing these Breathe Right strips, it seemed like that threshold was raised. Not only that, but it felt like I was just more energized. Maybe it was some kind of neurological physical feedback loop, saying because I can still run while breathing through my nose, I must be relaxed, making me feel relaxed into the run, thus improving my run. And yes, it probably also was due to the increase in volume going through the nose because my nasal cavities were dilated. All in all, it just felt better than normal, and my cardio felt enhanced. And it's not just me thinking this on this day. There have been examples of various athletes using these nasal strips claiming that it helps improve their performance. And watch these eventually get banned, that would just be hilarious. But now the question must be asked. While wearing some kind of nasal dilation device made it easier for me to breathe through my nose, would wearing these nasal dilation devices for too long cause me dependence on these in order to breathe through my nose effectively? Well, that's something I was gonna have to find out later, but first I had one more entire day of keeping my nose opened. Oh. See y'all tomorrow. Smells like garage. So I felt like I slept really good last night, to be honest with you, and I noticed that it seemed like I was sleeping on my back with ease. Like I normally sleep on my side or honestly on my stomach, so that's something to note. But also when I woke up this morning, HRV reading 82. 82. The app thinks something's wrong with me because it's such a drastic change. I have never had that high of a reading before. Yeah, I don't know, I just felt like I slept better than normal last night, but I do want to give the top of my nose a break, so I'm going to switch to the internal nose piece and then put this back on when I go back out and like go get groceries and stuff. With what I felt like was a massive improvement in sleep quality that led me to an energized and focused day, I powered through this final 24 hours. So would finally being able to take off these nasal dilators lead me with the ability to more easily breathe through the nose, allowing me to keep and build on these benefits that I experienced over this experiment? Or would everything just go back to normal? Or did I build a dependence on these nasal dilating devices, and would perhaps my breathing be even worse? Well, that's what I was about to find out. I just figured out the easiest way to get these things out is not to pull them out, because that kind of like pulls, but it's to kind of pinch the nose like this and kind of like push like that. Comes right out without like scraping. Oh, that Breathe Right strip is so much better. All right, good night. Alright guys, it has been over 72 hours since I've had my nose artificially, mechanically dilated. Let's take this thing off. Oh, I swear that like cleans the pores out. Doesn't feel much different right away. I thought all of a sudden I'd take everything out and all that and it would just collapse and I'd be like, you know. Alright, we're just gonna roll with this for a bit. More time to tell, It could be anything. Alright.
Was this supposed to make you breathe quieter? Because you were breathing really loud in church. And I didn't say anything about it because it was being nice.
So I'm not breathing quieter. Maybe I'm just stuffy today though, you know? So we'll see. Maybe we're just stuffy. Alright. So it's been a little over 2 days since I stopped wearing the Breathe Right strips or anything to dilate the nostrils, and it feels like just as difficult to breathe through the nose as it was before. The thing is I'm just like more conscious that I'm not breathing through my nose. It's like I feel almost bad that I'm not. So that's gonna keep me breathing through my nose more. What's up, home slice? Now before you think, like I was just thinking, wearing these breathe right strips or those internal nose dilators for 3 days and then taking them off for 3 more days led me to no net gain. Check this out. So here's before. Now this next part is immediately after the experiment, after taking everything off the nose. Now the moment of truth, this is 3 days after finishing the experiment. Do you see that, or should I say hear that? So let's do one more comparison of the before and then 3 days after the experiment. I would say that sounds like some improvements. Now, of course, I could just be having a day where my breathing is better, perhaps. There could be a wide variety of other variables on this day making it different than before. Of course, that's always a possibility. However, there are some other benefits that I feel like I did take away from just doing this experiment. When I used to breathe through my nose before, I used to really slack my jaw down, which regarding facial structure is almost as bad as just breathing through the mouth, to be honest with you. It's pretty close. However, for some reason, having that nose dilated for 72 hours and being able to breathe through the nose easier and then ending this experiment, I have noticed subtly over these past several days, it seems like I've been more comfortable at closing my teeth and then having my tongue on the inside of my teeth. That has been something I've preached, close the mouth, good form. Mew with the tongue up there for that stronger jawline. For me, it has been very difficult to implement due to just like some issues I've had with my teeth in the past. I don't know, maybe some other subconscious stuff going on. But after having the nose dilated, I've been noticing it's been more comfortable to have my mouth closed. So I think that's going in the right direction for me because I think that's gonna lead to more nose breathing, positive feedback loop. Now, some interesting data from this experiment that I think is good to look at and probably a reason why I might continue using these here and there. The 3 mornings of this experiment wearing the nasal dilator and taking my HRV, I got morning HRV readings of 61, then 82, but then 55 for the final day. So it seemed like it did go back down, but if we look at the average, it's 66 for the 3 days wearing the nasal dilator. Now, immediately after ending this experiment, my morning HRV was 54, 53, and then 59 for an average of only 55 and a third about. So bro, just on the looks of that, it seems like I must have slept way deeper than not wearing this. And this does make sense based on how I felt with this experiment. I did feel like a lot of my sleep was really deep and refreshing while wearing the breathe right strip to open up the nose. So going forward, I am going to be using this here and there some nights when going to bed when I feel like I might need a little extra help. I'm gonna listen to myself. I'm not gonna wear this every night going to sleep because of my fear of dependence. My gosh, I will be utilizing this when I feel like it's necessary. Now, very interesting regarding the workouts and training sessions while wearing these working out and stuff, I did feel like it enhanced the training, to be honest with you. I felt like my breathing was better. I felt just more energized and I felt like things flowed. However, I'm not planning on using these for training often or really at all because of my fear of dependence once again, but this time specifically with training and just being out in various environments. One thing I kind of do need to consider is my nose is essentially there for a reason, to filter the air, to moisturize the air, to smell maybe hazards in the air, smell things good in the air, other things potentially. But if I have it always dilated and maybe my nose is sensing, whoa, there's something toxic or something I don't want you to breathe in, well, then it's not going to be able to constrict itself as a protecting mechanism and, kind of like tell me that I need to like back off from this or, find a new location, etc. So I guess first of all, I don't want to get dependent wearing these all the time while I'm working out. Second of all, I want to be a little bit more conscious of maybe what my nose is talking to me about. But then also I want to be sure that the environment I'm spending most of my time in, I'm not getting unnecessary constriction in my nose. So maybe that's a whole nother topic to explore, just air quality, etc., etc. I do have an air filter in the bedroom. I feel like I do love that thing. And I feel like most of the time it's been clean air in there. So I'm going off on a tangent here, guys. I'm sorry, I could just talk all day. But it did seem like it enhanced. So hey, maybe if you had a competition or something of some sort, or you wanted, like, you know, you wanted the best time ever, this could be a potential little hack here, maybe. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought in the comment section. I hope you all have a great day. Peace. Don't forget to subscribe and turn those notifications on. I will see you all in the next video.